I had to wait for the video to come back. Uh, is he compromised? You know, when you look at people who are of a certain stature, certain influence, and they say shit, it almost gets to a point where there ain't even no need for you to really speak on it. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, in the sense of like, you know, this is the thing. This is the thing right here. We're about to be in March. This whole thing started in like May. We about to be in March. Like, we about to be a year after this whole thing. Like it was enjoyable, man. You know what I mean? It was enjoyable for Drake to be throwing down DeMar DeRozan's jersey. It's like, bro, just give it the fuck up, you know? Kevin Durant going on saying the Super Bowl halftime show was lackluster. Give it up. You got even like niggas like Ish from the Joe Budden podcast. Even though I feel like he kind of like he's accepting the fact that Drake lost, he still definitely kind of like is saying like, bro, he got cash. Like he one of them. Like he's looking at it like one of those people, right? Um, Maul is way worse. Maul is probably the worst one of all. Like he's gonna like stick up for that shit. Uh, then you got everybody who like is affiliated with State that's kind of in cahoots with Drake in a sense. And it seems like wherever Drake goes, he always kind of wants to be the top guy. Like think about it, if you were the top guy for 10, 15 years in this position, in this certain position, you had this certain aura around you. You kind of wouldn't want that to change. You know what I mean? Wherever you went, because you would think that you would be able to, you would be able to, withstand the responsibility. Like I've handled, hundreds of millions of dollars. I've made billions of dollars off of my name. So if you give me a stake in stake, right? No pun intended. Then maybe I could get it going. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just shit that's floating around on the internet. But it does make sense that people from stake want to, I mean, kind of protect their investment in a sense. Like go over here, they're gonna talk about you good. Go over here, they're gonna talk about you good. You already got people on you, that you ain't even got to really even call. They just gonna ride for you. You know what I'm saying? Creating almost a cultish almost type of behavior, but that's a whole nother lie. All I'm saying is this: we got somebody famous. It's Kevin Durant who's commenting on hip hop. A lot of people forget that he rap, and I almost did too. Uh, Forgot who I was watching, man. I gotta shout him out, but they reminded me that he rapped, and they almost went as far as to say he was on some Drake shit. Like he sounded like a Jay Electronica on one of the songs. Like he didn't steal his bar, but he definitely stole like the flow, the cadence, the way that he was placing the syllables of his words. It did kind of sound like highly similar to one of those songs. But at the same time, you got so many people that take shit from people, you kind of don't know if they are inspired by it or if they did just take it, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like making it their own. Um, I think that kind of does play a part into it too. Like if you want to be an artist, you probably feel jealous because someone's getting all this credibility, all of these awards, all these accolades, all this attention just from everything that they're doing, off of simply being an artist. And it's like you feel like maybe you've done better or you can do better or you haven't gotten enough shine, so he's blocking your shine, whatever. It's so funny that people were talking about it's so funny that people were talking about in the lawsuit, right? Like Drake was Drake was he was talking about his streams. My bad. I went blank. His streams were not being played because of people playing Kendrick's song. It's a beef. Yes, it is. Um, I think Kevin Durant should take into account everything that happened. Then you probably wouldn't say this. Like if you fucking watch the Super Bowl, it was somewhat entertaining. You get what I'm saying? Somewhat entertaining. You can't sit here and say it wasn't. So Rondo was good, man. Hello, hello. First person to actually comment, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. If you could share it, good share. I just don't I don't see the point in you saying this. You gotta let it go. Let it go. You feel me? There's no need to rehash and bring this shit back up again, up again, up again. I will say that Drake got lucky because now he's kind of like moving on his own in a sense. So I guess him all when he brings up this, his name always get mentioned. So that's like one of those things too. So Dutta was good, was good. Yeah, man. I'm actually disappointed, really, that a lot of people don't see the obvious and they trying to make it seem like other people are crazy. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, you crazy, man. This shit ain't really happening for real. It's like you downplaying the loss because you can't seem to fathom someone with such stature could take an L so large. And so now everything else that happens with the person, you got to downplay it. So you got to downplay shit. Like Drake's album was a little underwhelming. Went back and listened to it again. I liked a couple more songs, man, but it was 21 songs on Valentine's Day. I just think that was a bad choice. Um, because it didn't feel genuine. It felt more like a project to add virtue from him losing to him almost taking this. I don't know. It's almost narcissistic because he's talking about buying women and getting, buying love, like playing into what Kendrick is saying, but almost trying to make us forget why we even would look at him differently. So he's trying to like continue to push that idea. I feel like to not be seen, looked at as he's playing like this. He's trying to trick himself. I think I'm gonna tell y'all something. I think what's really going on is that everybody around Drake knows that will he will give them something, right? And so they don't want the cash cow to go away, or they don't want the connections that he has to go away. So what happens is they take these these fallacies, these they take things that are blatantly incorrect. Even Drake is taking shit out of the lawsuit at this point. Whatever. And so I don't know. What do people like to say now? Parasocial. People are attached, unhealthy, very unhealthy, very very. It reminds me of uh, like I'm on like a brainwash or something. Like so, I'm guessing when you listen to people's music, they are pushing their agendas inside of those songs. It has to be like that because I can't see. I mean, I wouldn't want a man, to be honest with you. I wouldn't want a man to say he could buy my sister. You know what I mean? Like I do, I get what he's saying, right? Let's break it down. One of the main one of the main things that bothered me about even certain songs that I like, he puts shit in there like 10 bands of mine, 20 bands of mine, or saying I miss you to strippers. Like I get it, bro. Like you still on a certified lover boy kind of way. You still on for all the dogs kind of way. You feel me? So it's like okay, I get you still want to be a lover boy, you know, kind of like bravado, you know, because this is what hip hop was built on. This is what it's about. But I think a lot of people get it misconstrued. I see people trying to justify the line that he said, "What you gonna have people twerking in the club with a dictionary?" Um, I think there are so many artists that make music like that. We don't need drink for that. Like no one needs drink to make part. What are we talking about right now? Like yeah, he took over for a time with a lot of assistance, might I add. You know what I'm saying? That's no issue until you start trying to put yourself in certain categories. But that's neither here nor there right now. What I'm saying is this: people are hurt because something got taken down that they enjoyed, something that was easy to digest. You didn't have to think too hard about it. I get that. Party music is made everywhere, though. It's not like I don't like when people are coming up with this concept, this idea that hip hop came from party music. It didn't come from party music. All of that spawned around the same time, if you think about it. We motherfuckers act like Fight the Power wasn't getting played in the club back in the day. There were so many powerful songs that had a message that were getting played in the motherfucking club. You get what I'm saying? You would hear Dear Mama back in the day in the club, nigga. That's a fact. So I don't know what niggas is talking about partying and shit. You feel me? The industry made that, created that, created that scene of that, of make songs about drinking, make songs about doing drugs. That was not necessarily, I mean, you listen, people who are, you know, addicts or people who have, people who have addictions. I can really get that. Like Eminem rapping about, you know, saying drugs or who else? Which wasn't really too many people that kind of overcame the drugs in a sense. I think Big Sean even you can even put him in there just in the sense of like having lyrics about empowerment and about how drugs affected his life and shit, how he kind of just had to get just make himself better, a better person. Um, I don't think he was like heavy, 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 but I think Big Sean had challenges and he rapped about it. Um, but you know, just like I think the I think the rules of omission have changed for what we accept and what we don't, and that's just real shit. I don't like because nowadays social media, you know, the kids are the influence. A lot of people don't want to say that there are way more kids than there are adults. If you have a family of two adults and five kids, you times that by however many you want. There's more kids than adults. Okay, there's more kids than adults. There's more teens than adults. There's more kids than adults. If you make it, you make it. If it's like nature, all right, make it, you make it. You don't type of shit. But there are more kids than there are adults. Okay, and so with that being said, that is what's running the internet. I do think it is weird that if you start to make songs that cater towards that crowd and you're a certain age, that makes it weird. You gotta find your way to appeal to everybody, not just the kids. Kids are going to listen to kids are going to listen to kids are going to listen to fucking the Bruno Mars and Sexy Red song, whether you like it or not. They're going to listen to the Drake Tootsie Slide, whether you like it or not. They're going to listen to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? All these songs probably have a bit of vulgar language in it. Some of and all each of them have different meanings. You know what I'm saying? But my point is this: like, there's so much music getting put out now that we kind of do have to start filtering, like what's important and what's not. Like, I'm sorry, but like, make good, make good party music. There is a such thing to make good party. You don't these pop songs do it all the time. Now it's a little bit generic, right? But these pop songs do it all the time. They make good upbeat music that they're not talking about nothing but just a good time, good party time. Like I said, it's a bit generic. They're not putting no feeling into it, but I do feel like that music kind of comes from us, and they just take all the good shit that we had and leave the rest of the bullshit home when they writing, right? So even if the pop song is talking about drugs, they don't necessarily make that the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Grab a drink, have a good time, roll up, let's get stoned. They don't never really even say the drug, right? Take a straw out, take a bra out, and shit like that. Like they'll say little innuendos to let you know what they doing, but it's never too vulgar for them to not get played in Walmart, to not get played in Target. I'm not listening. Listen, Most Def was probably right when he came to say his music is comparable to shopping. That's true. I mean, he does have music that you won't play, but he does have a lot of music that you would play in that shit, right? So I don't know, man. People just gotta accept the fact that a loss is a loss. I don't know. I mean, it's almost a year, man. You know what I mean? Kevin Durant saying this shit about the Super Bowl at all. People people asking him about that. Because it's one thing to say Kevin Durant is on bullshit, but the people asking him too, man, it's ask him about the game. Don't ask him about that shit. That's going to continue to perpetuate and make it continue to be a trending topic. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be worth it. I don't know if that's even going to waver. Like Kevin Durant saying the Super Bowl was is going to flock his fans. That's the thing. When you hating, your fans go flock to what you hating on. And if they end up liking the shit, then they gonna come back and be like, well, Kevin Durant, I feel you, but I don't know, man. It kind of was the shit was kind of lit. And so it becomes this thing of division. This is why Kendrick Lamar was in the middle of the flag in the Super Bowl. He didn't need I think that was multiple meanings. Like you are fighting yourself while in America. And while you're fighting yourself, these two sides, this good and bad, you have two sides in America that are fighting each other, right? Whether it be about policies or whether that be about, you know, the access to the country or whether that be race or religion, just everything's divided. Also, I'm the one person that's dividing this whole industry right now that we call America or the game. Um, and Kevin Durant is a part of that division, unfortunately. Like, I think Kendrick knew he was going to get that response, so he just kind of neutralized it before it came, which is this is genius, man. If you think about it, like he already knew y'all was going to be talking shit about it. And at first glance, you don't even see that. You just see kind of like people moving around and dancing, and these are the same colors. You're like, how the fuck going on? Yeah, that's the American flag. Okay, they dancing, they boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so it's kind of this a show at first. And you go back and watch it again, you go back and watch it again, and you like, damn, bro, that's why they don't like that shit. That's why they don't like it. And so, shout out to everybody who was a part of that Super Bowl halftime performance. It just creates a good conversation for people to have an open mind on what he was, what he was talking about, what he was saying, what he wanted to get across. That was it, man. I don't think he wanted to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? So I just think people wanted to. I think he wanted it to be a refresh button on how people felt about the Super Bowl. Because next year people are going to be watching the Super Bowl halftime performance, right? And obviously, whoever performs next year is going to definitely get compared to Kendrick Lamar. It's so crazy now because everybody's going to get compared to Kendrick Lamar because now he's the highest. It's crazy. So he's like making himself a topic in different areas. Just telling you, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I think Kendrick knew that he wanted this beef after it started. He kind of wanted the beef to last for a little while, get his rollout going. And he said, fuck it, man. I got a grand national tour. I got a stadium tour now. It was cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad you helped me boost my sales. But I was going on this grand national tour with Scissor anyway. This is gonna be coming anyway, bro. You feel me? It wasn't I don't think Kendrick never had no fucking issue with selling tickets. Never that. I just think it was more so Drake helped him. And think about it. The Super Bowl, I think they have this shit a year in advance. Like they probably already talking to somebody now to get the next Super Bowl performance. So for people to say that he made it a roll, I think Kendrick just played it well. He just played it well. You know what I mean? I think that's it, man. Kevin Durant, I'm disappointed in you, man, for kind of like just saying that dumbass shit. Uh, I'm glad Peyton Manning roasted your ass. You talk about the gymnastics team and how you wanted to be on that team because they one of the best. They one of the best in sports history at that time. That was funny, man. Especially the gymnastics play on him flipping and from one team to the next team flipping. That was kind of cool. It was like a punchline, but it's very telling that somebody who switches so fast is sticking by somebody. I mean, that's just telling me, you know, you can say it's about the cash and all that shit, but currency tells you a lot about a person. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know what happened I don't know what happens in those rooms when they have those meetings and how people be talking to Kevin or any of those basketball players for that matter. But I can say once you get used to how it goes, you know how niggas gonna feel when you make this move, make that move. Like you just know, bro. I don't know, man. I'm about to get up off here. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Y'all leave a comment below on how the fuck y'all feel about this shit, man. I'm not. Kevin Durant, you bullshitting, man. Super Bowl performance it wasn't that bad, bro. It was actually pretty good. Watch it and get the message, man. Peace.